What's up, guys? Just here back to my channel. Tonight I'll be doing a review for WWE Friday Smackdown and Rampage. We'll be in a different video as always. Let's go and get to it then with a segment promo with CM Punk kicks off this week's show. We see a live shot of the second city of Chicago, Illinois, as Corey Graves and Wade Barrett welcome us to the show. The camera shot settles inside a sold-out All-State Arena, where we immediately hear loud CM Punk" chants. Living Color hits the house speakers and the roof, and nearly comes off as the best in the world comes out to kick off this week's show. Punk gets not only the Rockstar reaction, but the Super Rockstar reaction as he comes to the ring. He stops and soaks it up with little personal moments with CM Punk fans in the front row before selling in the ring. The CM Punk chants grow even louder as he drops down and sits cross-legged in the middle of the ring. In trademark fashion, he pops up. The music stops and the crowd reaction continues to grow louder, as do the CM Punk chants. He mentions being on live TV in Chicago on a Friday night and how good that feels. He says that's a lot of pressure. He says promising to walk away champion in front of your hometown crowd is pressure, alluding to Drew McIntyre. Punk mentions July 17th, 2011. I remember this one. As a date, he promised he would leave his hometown with the title, and he did it. He says they said they need extra security for him in Scotland if he got involved, and he did it the Chicago way and did it anyways. I just didn't think it would be that easy. He brings up McIntyre quitting. Punk mentions him gloating about praying that bad things would happen to CM Punk. He says he made some bad things happen to Drew and planned to make more bad things happen, but he took his ball and went home. Alright, before he can continue, we hear, ladies and gentlemen, and out comes Paul Heyman to interrupt Punk. Punk looks at him with jaw drop. Fans loudly chant, ECW, ECW. Heyman says he didn't interrupt Punk out of respect. He says it's hot as balls in Chicago right now. He says when CM Punk kicks off Smackdown in Chicago, it's hot as balls inside the All-State Arena. He mentions Punk being there with his kids when he was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. He says he told then, and he mentions it now, that Punk is his best friend. Along with Roman Reigns, he has asked Punk's permission to come into the ring. Fans chant, "We want Roman." Punk says there's one person who can hijack his promo and get fans to chant for Roman and get away with it, and it's him. Punk tells him he can come into the ring. Heyman does. Punk says he doesn't look so good and asks if he's okay. Heyman falls into his arms and gets emotional. "I'm sorry, I needed that." Heyman says he says on the drive-in and that Chicago is CM Punk's town, and that really pissed off Solo Sikoa. Heyman says now that he's head of the table, he wants every town to be his town. He says he came out here to do Punk a favor, and he wants one back. He says any day now, Punk is gonna get medically cleared, and anyone who steps into the ring with him is gonna see Punk is the best in the world. He says if he doesn't get out of here right now, the Bloodline is coming for him. He mentions extra security being here for the Wyatts, not a bunch of Samoans and savages. He says with love and respect against your own instincts, please get the hell out of here right now. Punk says, "You're serious? You want me to leave because Solo and Tungans are gonna try and jump me?" In Chicago, fans chant a negative Solo chant, and then his theme hits. Out he comes with Tonga Loa and Tama Tonga to a ton of boos from the Chi-Town crowd. Solo gets on the mic as they walk to the ring. So Sikoa threatens Punk. Punk asks Heyman what favor he wants to ask of him. Heyman says, "Take me with you," and nearly starts crying. So I acknowledge the fact that I don't see the Bloodline standing in front of me. I see a bunch of fake ass Usos and phony cosplay tribal chief. Solo and the Bloodline drop their mics and head to the ring. Punk takes his jacket off. Cody hits the ring and stands aside a Punk with the bat and hands him a bat as well. The bloodline backs off. Cody says Solo fancies himself head of the table, right? Solo says, you damn right. Cody says he already beat one head of the table. He challenges Solo to a fight tonight and says he'll beat another. Cody's theme hits to end an explosively entertaining opening segment. Alright, first match coming up is Bianca Belair versus Mission versus Chelsea Green in a women's Money in the Bank qualifier match. Backstage, Jade Cargill approaches Bianca Belair and tells her she knows she has a match to worry about tonight, but she's gonna find Nick Aldis and get them their tag team title rematch. Belair says that's good, but she's got to go qualify for Money in the Bank right now. The two laugh and Jade wishes her luck as she heads out to the ring for tonight's opening contest. As the ESTW head sells inside the square circle, we shift gears and head to a quick pre-match commercial break. When we return, we see Cody walking backstage when Randy Orton approaches him and asks if he thinks a match against Solo Sikoa is a smart idea tonight. Cody says he's got this. Orton says okay and walks off. Kevin Owens tries reasoning with Cody, but Cody tells him the same. Inside the arena, we see Mission and Chelsea Green have their ring walks during the break. The bell sounds and off we go. Green hits a big dive to the floor after some early action as we head to a mid-match break. When we return, it looks like Mission has it wrapped up with a Styles clash, but Belair stops the pin. Green ends up getting the win out of nowhere moments later to qualify. So winner in qualifying, Chelsea Green. Alright, backstage, Bayley, who was shown multiple times watching the qualifier on a monitor, backstage is approached by Belair Davenport, who taunts her and says she'll be qualifying next week. In the Bloodline locker room, Solo Sikoa is in Paul Heyman's face. He demands that managers be sent to Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Solo grabs him by his tie and tells him when he gets back, he and Heyman need to have a talk. Heyman walks off to find Orton and Owens as we head to another break. Alright, we see footage of DIY trying to convince Austin Theory and Grayson Waller is just using him. We return live where Grayson Waller is backstage for an interview. He mentions Theory not being here tonight and says he's going to qualify for Money in the Bank tonight and win it for Theory. Whilst DIY, who again talk about how Waller is using Theory, some guys walks behind them and pounds on the garage door. It slowly opens and we see Punk is laid out and busted open with someone standing over him. The garage door finishes opening and we see it is Drew McIntyre. He picks up the lifeless bloody Punk, hoists him over his shoulders and walks him all the way to the ring with a single camera shot following him the entire way. Come on. McIntyre comes out in front of Punk's hometown crowd, which is a loudly booing. He drops Punk like dead weight and stands over him looking out at his fans. He kneels down and does the sand comb, its combering time gesture, and then takes something out of Punk's hand. He gets ready to leave, and out comes Nick Aldis and security. Aldis gets handsy with McIntyre, who turns and shoves him hard. A stretcher is brought out to load up a very bloody and still unconscious Punk as we head to another commercial break. When we return, we see footage of Punk being wheeled out on a stretcher during the commercials. Back live, we see him being loaded into an ambulance in the parking lot. Alright, next match, Money in the Bank qualifier. Tama Tonga versus Carmelo Hayes versus Randy Orton. This is the men's qualifier match. Back inside the arena, Tama Tonga is in the middle of finishing up his re-entries. Already introduced. Next is Carmelo Hayes. Randy Orton's theme then hits. Out comes the Viper. It's time for our first of the two men's Money in Bank qualifying matches for tonight's show. The bell sounds official over. This one, Barrett informs us the job of Tama Tonga and Tonga Loa is to make sure Randy Orton doesn't qualify for Money in the Bank. This was the match Solo gave Heyman earlier, which wasn't heard due to the audio issues. Wade Barrett cleared that up as the early action gets started in this triple threat qualifier. Tama and Hayes both jump Orton in the corner, and then Orton begins fighting back and throwing both to the floor. Orton heads out and bounces Tonga's head off the commentary desk. Hayes blasts Orton from behind. Orton grabs Hayes and goes to slam him on the table, but Tama stops him. The two team up on Orton again. Orton fights back again and hits back suplexes on Tonga and Hayes onto the commentary desk to pop the crowd. On that note, we shift gears and head into a mid-match commercial break as the action continues. When we return, we see Orton take over until Tonga Loa comes out to interfere. Kevin Owens cuts him off, but in the chaos, Hayes rolls up Orton for the win to qualify after the match. An awesome recap package is shown after the ending of Raw with the debut of the Wyatt Six. We head to a commercial break. Alright, LA Knight comes out with a segment caused by Logan Paul. When we return from the break, the theme for LA Knight hits and the crowd goes bonkers as a megastar heads to the ring for our next segment of the evening. Knight says it's he, Paul, and Santos Escobar in a qualifier for the Money in the Bank on next week's show in Madison Square Garden. He tells Paul if he doesn't show up again, he'll come looking for him. As he continues talking, the theme for Escobar hits and out he comes. Knight says to cut the stupid music. He says he didn't ask for Escobar, he asked for Paul. Escobar tells Knight to shut up. He says Knight is delusional. Knight tells Escobar he's not looking at him, he's looking past him. Escobar tries attacking Knight from behind, but Knight gets the upper hand and takes him out with a BFT. He goes to brag, but Logan Paul shows up out of nowhere and knocks Knight out cold with the brass knuckles. We head to a commercial break. Ooh, I can't stand Logan Paul at all. Alright, another men's qualifier match. Money in the Bank qualifier, Grayson Waller versus Andrade versus Owens. As we sail back from the ring, we see Grayson Waller making his way to the ring. As he sails inside, we see Andrade is already in there. Theme for Kevin Owens hits. Out comes a prize fighter to a big pop. He is attacked from behind by the bloodline. Barrett informs us on commentary that the other part of Solo's message to Heyman was that Owens not qualify either day to seed it and keeping Orton from qualifying earlier. Orton comes out to help fight the bloodline of Owens. Owens limps to the ring, refusing help and demands the bell be rung. We see Owens try and score a quick victory. He doesn't, and Andrade takes over. He goes for a big dive onto Waller on the floor, but misses. Waller hits a dive, but then Owens takes him out and hits a running senton to him on the floor. He rolls him back in the ring and climbs to the top, but Andrade cuts him off. We see back to back at high spots, culminating with Andrade flipping over the ropes and powerbombing Waller off the ring apron to the floor. On that note, we should get into a mid-match commercial break as slow motion footage of the formation spot is shown on the way out. After we return from the break, we see some more back and forth action, and then Waller starts to take over. Andrade heads to the top rope with him, but Owens cuts them off and hits a stacked high spot out of the corner. Owens heads back to the top rope for a flying swanton. He hobbles over on a bad knee for the pin, but only gets two. Owens hits a stunner out of nowhere on Andrade off the ropes, but Waller breaks up the follow-up pin attempt. He pulls Owens out too far and lays him out. He leaps back into the ring, but Andrade takes him out for the pin with the win. Andrade qualifies for Money in the Bank after the match. We head to a commercial break. So we're qualifying Andrade. Alright, main event time. Cody Rhodes versus Sikoa is main event time. But first, we are told CM Punk will be kept in the hospital overnight for evaluation, and that Chad Gable has been medically cleared for his Money in the Bank qualifying match on Monday's Raw. Also announced blah blah blah. Okay. Cody's theme hits inside the arena. Out comes the American Nightmare for our scheduled main event of the evening. As he sells in the ring, we shoot gears ahead to another commercial break. We return. Cody is shown waiting in the ring. Backstage, Paul Heyman approaches Solo Sikoa. Before he goes out, he tells him he delivered the matches as promised, and that Orton and Owens didn't qualify as promised. Heyman tells Solo that Roman Reigns had some rules, and Solo isn't following them. One was that CM Punk is hands off, and another was that Cody was his business to handle. Solo tells him Roman isn't coming back. He walks up as Heyman looks stunned. Alright, Solo Sikoa heads out and Heyman trails behind him as they head to the ring for a final match of the evening. The bell sounds And off we go. After all of a minute of action, we see Solo and Tonga Loa and Tonga jump Cody, and the ref calls for the bell. After the match, Orton and Owens run out to make the save. Solo Sikoa actually begins off in the corner, but then stops and lets out a giant smile. We see someone appear in the ring behind the baby faces. It's Jacob Fatu. He proceeds to take out everyone one by one. He lays out Cody on the announce table. He climbs to the top rope, and it's a big splash to put him through the table. God help us all. There's a werewolf on the loose, is Graves' last words as a bloodline throws up the ones as this week's show goes out there and stuff. So yeah, so winner via disqualification, Cody Rhodes. All right, good show. Yeah, tonight's show was good, like Monday Night Raw and stuff. So Monday Night Raw was good, and Friday Night Smackdown was good. So yeah, but anyways, that was it for this video. How you like it? Subscribe, hit the bell button, leave a comment wherever you guys do. I don't care. If you guys don't, I don't care. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video for AEW Rampage. All right, laters.